we also have some polls where we like to know how you feel. For example, since yesterday, how have you been feeling at home? If you've been feeling the same silence and coolness as you mentioned yesterday, or if you had any difficulties, you can tell us. So what I'd like to do just before we start is that we see meditation is a very natural thing because we have a subtle system within us. So we don't have to do anything really. We just have to become aware. So before we get into the program, I'd like us to close our eyes and open our hands on the lap just for a minute and completely relax. We don't have to do anything. We just relax. In the same way as the Mother Earth is nourishing the trees and all the nature, in ourselves we have a power that nourishes us without us doing anything. So we just relax without thinking. Just feel the nature. All right. Now I'm going to pass on to Jenny. She's going to explain about several things about our resources that we can share with you on our website and other things.
Hello, everyone. It's lovely to have you back again today, and it's lovely to be here with you. We were all very much looking forward to this session. What I would like to start with here is just to share our website with you, share some of the things on our website that will be able to help you with your meditation. So I will just share my screen. So here is our page for this program. I'll just go back up to the top so you can see it. Our 3-week daily meditation course, A Journey Within. This is the web page that we've been posting in the WhatsApp groups. I will send the link again to you after the program. So there's a lot of valuable information here. So I just want to, so if you go straight to this page, you can join with Zoom if you'd like an interactive session, or you can join with YouTube. So you just click on either button. And then if you scroll down, if you don't have WhatsApp and you'd like to stay in contact with us, you can email us at this email address if you have any particular queries or you'd like any specific information. And then if you scroll down a bit further, it tells us about each of the weeks and what we'll be covering, week 1, week 2, and week 3. And then a little bit further down, this is what I wanted to show you today. These are our recordings. So if you do miss a session and you would like to catch up, you come down to this part of our page. You could click on week 1, and then this opens up and it takes you to day 1, which is yesterday. So you can just click on this and you can watch day 1. So, and after today's program, you'll be able to find this session under day 2. And you can come back and watch these again and again and again. They will stay here even after the program is finished. So you can watch them as many times as you'd like to. So it's a very valuable resource. Now, the other thing I just wanted to mention, let's see. I'll mention, here we go. Now, I keep mentioning the WhatsApp group. Now, we do have a lot of participants on the WhatsApp group, but if you would like to be part of that group, you can join from this page. So join the January 2022 course WhatsApp group. And once you join that group, You get updates about each session, what we'll be covering, and you can also ask us questions. So we answer questions directly from the WhatsApp group. So it allows you to maintain regular communication. So if you'd like to be part of that group, just click on this link and that will take you straight there. All right, I'll just stop that share. Tomorrow I'll show you some other things on the website. I don't want to overwhelm you too much. So now, are we ready for the session now? We might try, was there anything else you wanted to say, Jean-Michel?
No, I think we will let Odessa taking us through her beautiful journey.
Yes, Odessa is back on from yesterday. Thank you, Odessa.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming back, and thanks for coming if it's your first time. So today I'll be reiterating the meditation we did the day before, and we'll watch another talk. And for any of you that's new, hasn't done this before at all, we'll do a little poll to see where everyone's at, but it doesn't really matter because it takes a little bit to learn all the methods anyway. So if we could just get that poll, everyone can tell me if they've done any other types of meditation or if this is their first time or no meditation at all. Cool. Okay, that's great. And also I find this meditation, even if you've been doing Sahaja for many years, it still has a benefit. It's not as if things radically change the longer you do it. The goal is always to feel peace, and that's what we'll be aiming for today, and to just develop this sense of knowing who you really are, which I think humanity has been asking since the dawn of time. So that's what's really profound about this meditation. You're not simply learning theory, you experience something that is transformative. And you don't have to believe me, of course, you have to experience this like a scientist and approach it with this view of, if it works, then I'll believe that that's the truth. If it doesn't, then I won't. By no means do I want to tell you what you should believe. This has to be an experience from within you. And just a little bit about me before we start. I grew up in a family that practiced this meditation, but I didn't practice it for 10 to 15 years of my life. I've tried a lot of other things and I couldn't get an answer to the kind of existential question that I was looking for an answer to. And ironically, it was right in front of me, as most good things are. And it gave me a sense of self-control, self-worth, and it was a joy to be alive. I went from thinking the world had no real meaning, it was kind of a random scientific event, to believing that everything has a profound meaning. And that's a really big deal to me. Everyone has a really different story to coming into Sahaja and why they do it, but ultimately we'll see how you feel. One other question before we start the meditation will be how stressed, how much you're thinking right now, and we'll see if it is any different by the end. So that will be the next poll coming up. And we can just answer that one, and then we'll go straight into the meditation. So you can take your shoes off, make sure you're comfortable. Doesn't matter if you're sitting on the ground or in a chair. If you have glasses on, you can take them off. If you have a hat on, you can take that off. Yeah, just make sure you're comfortable. And thanks, everyone. The polls are just really useful when we're on Zoom like this. I feel like I can engage with you all despite the blank screens. Okay, great. All right. So this meditation, like I said, it aims at making you feel peaceful, thoughtless, and more in touch with yourself. And to do it, you don't need to do any exercises. You don't need to know any theory. As you go on, you'll learn more techniques and understand what you're doing more and more. But for now, we'll focus on the meditation. So just put your hands out on your lap, palms flat, facing up. And we can all close our eyes and just take a deep breath and keep it held in your chest. And then slowly breathe out. Just do this 2 or 3 times until you feel like you've breathed out all your stress and all the tension in your body. Now, this process requires that we use our hands. We'll be using our right hand to move up the left side of our body, all the way to the top of our head from our hip at the start. So we'll also say some affirmations. And these can be repeated. And I'll give you time to repeat that as well. So you can just say this in your heart to yourself. So first of all, we'll be putting our hand over our heart on the left side. And close our eyes again. And then we can ask to this spirit that's within us, this life-giving energy, am I the spirit? Am I the pure spirit? Ask this 3 times. Am I the spirit? Now we can move our hand to our upper stomach on the left side, just where your rib is, or just below the ribs. And we ask, am I my own master? Again, ask this 3 times. Am I my own master? Am I in control of myself? We'll move our hand down again to our hip on the left side. You can press in here where the muscle gets quite tight. And we'll ask again, 6 times this time. Please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. Now raise your hand again back to where it was just before, on your upper stomach on the left side. And confidently to ourselves, we'll say, I am my own master. Do this 10 times. I am my own master. Raise our hand to our heart. I am the spirit. Say this 6 times. I am the spirit. Not this body, not this mind, not these thoughts. I'm the pure spirit. We put our hand on the side of our neck and turn our head. Our hand will be on the left side. And just press backwards with your palm. And turn your head to the right. This time we'll say, without thinking of anything in particular, I am not guilty. I am not guilty of anything. How can I be guilty if I am the pure spirit? And we can say this 16 times. Just, I am not guilty. As confident as you can. Now we'll put our hand on our forehead. You can grasp both your temples and lean your head into your hand and push upwards. And say, without thinking of anything, I forgive everyone. You can say this twice. I forgive everyone, including myself. Now we'll put our hand on the back of our head and we'll lean our head into our hand and look towards the sky. And we'll say, please forgive me for any mistakes I have done against myself. Please forgive me for any mistakes I have done against myself. Again, this is 2 times. Now we'll stretch our palm and fingers and just place it on top of our head on the fontanelle bone. And we'll move our chin towards our chest and really press our palm with our fingers upwards and just rotate it slowly 7 times in a clockwise direction. And ask 7 times, please give me my self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. Now gently raise your hand from your head. You can raise it higher or lower. See if you can feel anything at all. You can lower your hand and try it with the other. You can massage and then raise it. We can put our hands on our lap and keep our eyes closed and just try and watch your thoughts. If any come, say, I forgive, or I'm not this thought. Keeping our attention on the top of our head. We can just meditate for a little bit longer. Now we can open our eyes, and we'll be playing you a short or 20 to 15-minute talk. This is from the founder, Srimati Nirmala Devi. She's from India and she founded Sahaja, and she spread it primarily during the 80s onwards, towards the end of her life. And she was nominated for Nobel Peace Prize in 1997. She did a lot of humanitarian work, and a lot of her techniques can be found through a lot of different teachings from religions all over the world. People like Jung in psychoanalysis and many different walks of life. She seems to be able to integrate all of these ideas and talk about them in a very clear, understandable way to many, many people all over the world. She established Sahaja in about, I think, over 90 countries. And to this day, many people still listen to her teachings. So hopefully you'll learn something about the meditation we just did and what you just experienced. So try and stay in that state. You can keep your hands out and just listen to the talk with as little thought as you can, and keep an open mind. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back after the talk.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. First of all, we have to know what is the truth. People are seeking all over, but they don't know what they are seeking and what should they get after they are seeking. This seeking can lead you into many diverse directions. Some of them could be very, very dangerous and absolutely misleading. And many must have also felt that way. I'm sure there are many who have found it out, but they think there is no way they can return. The seeking is very simple to understand, that you want to know yourself. All the time we say, I want this, I like this, I that. But who is this I? What is it? Who is this one myself? What am I? Do I know anything about myself? It's very superficial knowledge we have about ourselves. Everybody has said, all the religions have said, you should know yourself. There's no difference on this point. Actually, in all religions, if you go in the essence, there's no difference. According to time, it was a little bit stressed on one point and sometimes on another point. But the fundamental thing is that you have to know yourself. And how do you know yourself is the point. People will say, do this, give up everything, give up your family, give up everything, wear this kind of dress, cut your hair or shave your hair and all that nonsense. It's so outward. If you put little bit of your intelligence, you will see it's all outward. It's so skin deep, it has no meaning. So what has to happen? We talk of a last breakthrough of the evolution. How do you achieve it? When you are evolved up to the state of human beings, we have to know one thing for definite, that there's something missing within us. Otherwise, world would have been a most beautiful place, the paradise to live in. But something wrong with the human beings, and what is that? Is to understand how we have come through evolution And as human beings, there are so many things of the animal stage lingering within us. The way we talk, the way we try to appraise others, the way we talk to sort of dominate others, the way we want to snatch everything, the way we are only worried about our food, this, that. All this is not really noble human beings' sides. These are all lingering from that animal instinct. All right, we have to accept, because we are human beings, so they are to be there. The thing so much frightening. But also we have one more thing, that we think. And we think and think and think and think, no end of ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we think we should protest for this. Sometimes we feel that we must become very violent. All these things are coming from our human mind. Animals won't be violent for something just for violence sake. They'll be violent, all right, but for their own purpose of killing some animal or something. But here we have groups and groups of people who just enjoy violence. This is another development in the human awareness, I think, that we enjoy destruction of others. But also there is a seeking. This is a sign that people want their evolution. They want to evolve into a better personality, that they want to become something which is complete. Now, how do you achieve it? Now, I must say that we have not achieved our evolution ourselves up to the human level. So, to achieve a higher awareness, there must be some arrangement between us. And that is the arrangement we are not aware of. And that arrangement is that within you is the power, it's your own power to give you this last breakthrough through the awakening of that power. Already you have been told about it. It exists, it is there, and it is the right of every human being to get his self-knowledge, self-realization. Sahaja, Sah means born with you. With you is born the right. And why should we not ask under fundamental rights society that we should have our self-realization, which is your own? It is there already placed within you. You don't have to do anything. Of course, you can't pay for it. How much did you pay for your evolution so far? And how can it be different from different people? Because in every human being, this power, which we call as Kundalini, exists, whether he is white, black, yellow, blue, any color. Whether he belongs to north or south, any place. Whether he belongs to this country or that country, they all have this power universally placed in their Kundalini. Even if I say everybody has a heart, so why should you have differentiation? But this mind, this human mind creates this differentiation and this problem, saying that, of course, they are not of our country, they don't belong to a group. And like animals, again, we start getting into groups. Groups of different, denomination. Like some people have their fork and spoon put this way, so they are one group. Some people drink coffee, so they have a group like that. We are very good at forming groups. This is also animal instinct, I think, that we try to form groups of such stupid things. And then we can have wars, because we must fight. We are a group, something great, so we should fight others. All these instincts that are within us are inherited. They have come to us. They say it is in our genes. Still, can we change the genes? can we transform our personality into something higher? And for that, I tell you, there is a power within us. All of you have that power within you. And what does it give you? It passes through 6 centers, as told to you. It nourishes it, it integrates it, and ultimately it pierces through the last fontanelle bone area. We can call the actualization of the baptism, and is connected to the all-pervading power of divine love. Again I say love, divine compassion and divine love. So you get connected to that power which is all-pervading. If you ask a doctor who runs our heart, he'll say, it's the autonomous nervous system. But who is the auto? Who does all these things? Who does all the living works? Look at these flowers, beautiful. Who has made these flowers? It's different flowers. How does this Mother Earth differentiates and how she gives all these flowers? Do we think about it? We take it for granted. All living work, we take it for granted. But it is done by this divine power. Believe me, there is this divine power around us which protects us, which looks after us, which guides us, and also, above all, it loves us. And it cares for us. It wants that we should all receive the blessings of this all-pervading power. But if you are not connected, how can you? For example, this instrument is not connected to the mains. It is useless. It won't work. So we all have to be connected with that all-pervading power. This is one thing if we understand. You can also know that you are quite capable of getting to it. There's no outer thing you have to do, like giving up this, giving that, or praying, or nothing of the kind. It is there, this process, living process works, and you get your self-realization. Only thing is that if you have to enlighten, then you have to be enlightened. Like a candle which is not enlightened cannot enlighten any other candle. But one candle which is enlightened can enlighten so many candles. In the same way, you get the power to enlighten so many people all over the world. And not only that, but you get so many powers. But the greatest power is that of compassion and love, by which you care, by which you help people. Luckily, now in your country itself, on the medical institutions have accepted Sahaja, that it works. Because it attacks, or we should say, it nourishes the centers, basic centers in our body. Now these centers are responsible for our physical, mental, emotional, and also the spiritual being. And it enlightens it. And with that enlightenment, you get definitely cured. It's a fact. With Sahaja, many people have been cured. We also have a hospital in India, and we are going to have another hospital there. Maybe in America also we might have a hospital, where you don't have to pay for it, because it is your own power. You may pay for your food or something, but for treatment, what can you pay when it's your own? And this is what is going to tell people how powerful you are. Otherwise, some are extremely aggressive and some are extremely depressive. There's nothing in between. But with this power, you become so much full of compassion. Then your attention goes from you to others. What you can do for others. How can you give them realization? And suddenly you discover that around you is so many destructive forces, so many disturbing forces, so many problems. Suddenly you find they disappear. If you can transform human being, but it's no question of transformation. I would say it is the question of evolutionary process. And when this takes place, you find you are transformed completely. And thousands have to be transformed. Thousands and thousands and millions and millions. But somehow, America has a different type of approach to spirituality. They think if I don't take money, then something wrong with me. I must accept money. And they have told me so many things. Some experts came and told me, explained to me all the economics and all that which I don't understand. And they think that it should be sellable. Can't understand this kind of a thing. How much will you pay for Christ? How much will you pay for any saintly personality? Because its value cannot be judged. It's invaluable. Something that's the most invaluable for you is to know yourself. If you have not known yourself, you are still going round and round and round in the mad rush of thinking. Even Einstein, you'll be surprised, has talked about it, that he was trying to find the theory of relativity, and just he couldn't find it. So he went into his garden and was playing with the soap bubbles, and suddenly from somewhere unknown, that's what he said, the theory of relativity dawned upon him. And he called that unknown area, he called them by a name, you see. And that name is rather, to me, not so precise. But he says there is an area which you can exploit, by which you can understand for the future generation, for the future scientist, where you get the ideas from there. And he said for that you must have a kind of a personality that can perceive that torsion area from where the ideas are coming. If he can enter into that area, you can get the full idea as to what is reality. He calls it cognitive. He says this is cognitive science. And such a person can tell you so many things which, when you put it to the scientific test, you'll find is absolutely correct. And this is what happened to him, because himself was a realized soul. And many people like Newton himself was a realized soul. Abraham Lincoln was a realized soul. But they could not tell about it to others because nobody would believe, and anybody tried to tell anything, they just used to torture them. Every saint, real saint has been tortured. Every Sufi has been tortured. In our country especially, many saints have been very badly treated. Also in other countries. Why? Because they are only one, and maybe people were jealous that how could they know so much, how could they talk about so many things. Now, with all this, now only thing, if I have done anything, is very simple, that I thought no use giving these realization to one or two persons, which was the tradition, to give to only one to one. But now I felt it won't work out. We have to have it for the masses. And what I did was to find out a method by which I can give a mass realization. That's all, which is a simple thing. And that is working, and it worked very well. As I said, in America, they just think of, this is another achievement of human beings, that they know about money. So, money, everything money. So they can't understand even spirituality without money. But in a place like, say, we can say Russia. Russian people had no freedom as you have. And they had oppression from all sides in their, as you know, the whole thing was a communistic country. And in that communism, they were completely oppressed. So as a result, they went inside themselves and tried to find out solutions inside. So when they saw me, just seeing me, I don't know how, Thousands of them came. Now we have thousands and thousands and thousands of people in Russia alone, also in other some countries. I mean, when I see here, I'm just thinking in Russia we have to take, we cannot put it in a hall, we have to have a big tent, or Olympics where they had some sort of a thing like that. So the trouble is, we should give up this idea that I can find it for myself. This is very, very common. You cannot. This is the only evolution in which you have to get it from an enlightened person. You have to humble on this point, that I can't get it on my own. I can find my own way. You cannot. You'll be lost. You have to have somebody who is already enlightened. Now, how to get an enlightened person also? How to know? Because after realization, you know the absolute truth. On your fingertips, you can feel the centers of other person. If something is fishy, you can feel it. If somebody is cheating you, you can feel it. Everything. Your fingers speak. This is what Muhammad Sahib has said. At the time of resurrection, your hands will speak clearly. How can hands speak? This is how, because all these 5 fingers are the centers, 6th and 7th center. One on the physical side, another on the physical and also mental side, is the right side, and the emotional side on the left side. These are 2 different systems within us which people are not understanding, that there are 2 channels within us, what we call as the autonomous nervous system has got parasympathetic nervous system in the center, but there are 2 left and right sympathetic nervous systems, and these are the 2 systems that are enlightened on your fingertips, by which you know exactly what is wrong with you, what centers you are catching. That is self-knowledge.
Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that talk. So we're just going to do one very short meditation. It will be based on the 2 sides that Shamaji was talking about, the left and right side. The right side being the mental and physical, and the left side being the emotional. So if we could just have the chakra chart up, I'll show you all that briefly. We may run a little bit over time. Okay, so if you can see here, the left side starts from the first chakra at the base, and the Kundalini, which is what the energy that raises through the central channel, which we were raising earlier to the top of our head. This is the start of the left side, the emotional side. And above the Kundalini, on the yellow chakra of creativity, you can see the right channel. This also integrates the top with the left side. So the idea is to not be controlled by your emotions or your physical body or your mental conceptions of things. There has to be something beyond, something innate that sustains all things. So this is the peace and the thoughtlessness that you experience. So on our hands, maybe during this meditation, you could feel things, hot or cold, tingling. We will do a short poll and you can tell us what you felt. And then we'll share the results after that. And feel free to send any questions you've had throughout the night, just in the chat. And I or Jenny or John Michelle will answer. Okay, so a lot of people felt cool. Some people still feeling hot, 17%. And maybe if you were here from yesterday, you felt a change in your meditation. Feel free to share that in the chat if you want. And maybe after the meditation, we could have a discussion if you feel. But I realize it's become late, so no worries if you can't. If you couldn't feel anything, also don't worry about that. The idea is to feel this thoughtless awareness and peace. So not only are you thoughtless, you're also feeling that you know where you are. You're not having some type of out-of-body experience, which is what really makes this meditation distinct from others. And I recommend trying it for a week or so without any others, just to see what it does in particular. So I think I'll share the results for you all to see. No worries if you're feeling hot. Doesn't matter if you're feeling left or right hand. It's about equal almost. So I do want to do the balancing meditation with you all. That will be I'll do it quite quickly. Feel free to go if you've run out of time, and please come back tomorrow. So for this meditation, we'll be using our hands again. We can put our right hand to the ground, and this will clear the left side. We can close our eyes again and just take a deep breath to settle your attention, and then breathe out. And try and put your attention to the top of your head. And we can say, I am not these emotions. I am the pure spirit. And put our hand back in our lap and raise our left hand towards the sky. And this will clear the right channel. And we'll say, I'm not this body, and I'm not this mind. I'm the pure spirit. And put our hands back down. And see if you feel any difference on your hands. Just from these really simple techniques, you may be able to notice a change. You also check on your head. We can put our hands back in our laps and open our eyes. And that is about the end of the session. I'll do one last poll just to see if you all manage to calm down your thoughts. So it's the same one from the start, and this will just tell us if you experienced any difference in your thought patterns. And I'll share that with everyone as well. And feel free to send any questions you have into the chat. And hopefully you will feel more calm and relaxed. Thank you all for coming. And I may see you again in later weeks. Oh, so the poll's just coming up here. Yeah, it's really different from before already. I'm just going to look at the chat, see if there's anything. So there'll be more sessions tomorrow, and they'll be continuing for a few weeks. Jenny and Jean-Michel will tell you more about the details, and they'll be posting links. Manoj Kumar asked, what is the usefulness of the different chakras found in both the palms? Please explain. I think in the Quran, you can find a quote that says, your hands will speak, and there's similar quotes in the Bible. And our nervous system connects with our hands. And this subtle awareness can be decoded through your hands. So that's something you'll get accustomed to the more you look at the chakra chart. Eventually it'll be second nature, and you'll be able to understand, like Shrimataji was saying, if something is catching, or if someone else is catching, it becomes quite an amazing power. I don't know what else to call it really. There's quite a few different mentions of it in many talks. Hopefully that helps answer your question. Thanks everyone for coming. Yeah, I'll hand it over now.
Thank you, Odessa.
Thanks.
Thank you for your meditation and your beautiful explanations. Just to add to your answer just there, that each finger represents a different energy center. So if you're meditating and a particular finger feels heavy, it means you need to work on that energy center to help clear it and allow the Kundalini to pass through. So you will learn more and more about this as you continue to meditate, but just know that what you're feeling on your hands is a code to help you know yourself better and to know how to get yourself into deeper meditation.
And it's also a good thing because, you know, we spoke about feeling the cool. You may feel warm, but let's say you feel cool on your hands. It's another proof that something is happening in your body.
Mm.
And then over the next few days or next few weeks, you'll be able to discover what is what. But important is to, I think Matthew mentioned this earlier or yesterday, is that the important is to become aware of ourselves. Even Shrimataji on this video, she was saying, we have to become aware of ourselves, who we are. So that's the first step. And again, this system being built within us, we don't have to do too much about it or think too much about it. What I found myself is that I've seen in the polls, some people said they couldn't feel anything or they were still thinking. So for these people especially, I would recommend to go, if you have the opportunity to go out during the day, sit on the grass, put your both hands on the grass, on the ground, and just relax, let go of everything. Because your energy is awakened, you will find that your connection to the elements is much stronger, more effective. If you try simple things like this, it might just break this. We have conditionings also, so we have to break from that. So, Jenny, anything else we wanted to say before we go?
No, just remember during the day tomorrow, if you find that your thoughts are disturbing your sense of peace, just try that very simple exercise that we showed you yesterday, just to use your right hand, sweeping along the front of the body, lightly touching the top of the head and lifting up. Again, just do it as a little experiment tomorrow, any time of the day. Just try taking your attention beyond your thoughts and see what a difference it makes to your peace of mind. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We look forward to being with you again tomorrow. We're going to put up the website information again and then play some music. So this is the end of the formal part of the session. Good night, everyone.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's our privilege to be here this evening, and I would like to dedicate this performance to Shri Mataji and to all the devotees who are here today. I will begin this recital with a beautiful evening raga, which is actually created by my grand guru, Baba Alauddin Khan Sahib. The name of the rag is Hem Bihag. And first, you will hear 3 solo movements, which will be played on the sitar. The first part is known as alap, which is a non-metric development of the raga. There is no rhythm to it, no pulse to it. And this will be followed by 2 more sections, which are known as chod and jhala. The fourth part, I would like to play a gat or a theme, which is a composition of my own. It is set to a cycle known as Char Tal Ki Savari, which has 11 beats in the cycle, divided 4, 4, 1.5, 1.5. Rag Hem Bihag. Thank you.